Hi everyone, my name is Alicia. My pronouns are she, hers, and I'm from New Jersey. And I just wanted to take a minute to kind of discuss a little bit about, how we're getting started in this course and answering a couple of questions that were assigned to us for this first assignment. One of the first things that are asked is like what our community is. How do we define community and how is it important and what role does it play in our lives? And for me, I think that community really can be anything, right? It's anything that gives us this sense of belonging or this sense of usefulness within a small group of people where we can share some same interests or share some same geographic locations. It could be a community of ethnic, of cultural, connections, things like that. But it also can be people from totally different regions who really share nothing else in common other than the fact of being connected, and I think that, for me personally, I'm a person in recovery from drugs and alcohol. So for me, like my community looks on the outside, we all look very different, right? And none of us really have a common denominator other than the fact that we understand what it is to struggle in sobriety and struggle with addiction. And we come together over that common purpose, and with that is like the really beautiful opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. And as we do that, we help to uplift others and help them to become the best versions of themselves too. So community can be all different places, all different people, all different walks of life kind of coming together, as long as they share that common purpose, that common denominator that is like the common thread, that goes through all of them. I am working in, I'm just looking at these questions. I am working in a field placement right now. I love social work. I do have a psychology background in my undergrad, so social work is fairly new to me. But I find such drive and such like passion in the field of social work. It gives us a much broader spectrum of places where we can work, and it gives us a better understanding, I think, than a more narrow scope of like becoming an LPC or something like that. Having the licensure of an LCSW gives us the opportunity to work in a much more diverse group of places, whether it's hospitals, schools, jails, institutions, private practice. Like there's so many places that we get the opportunity to work as social workers. And I think that we have a much broader understanding of macro like social policies at large and things like that influence daily life of people. I feel like I've always kind of been interested in social work, even if I didn't know that it was necessarily defined as social work. I do have previous employment experience working in healthcare as well. I've always been in an administrative role, but now kind of segueing into a more of a clinical role at my current field placement, which is a partial care, IOP, PHP, substance abuse, mental health program. Is a really exciting time. I'm really excited to get started with that. As far as macro social work, I think that social policy is fascinating. I think that, especially like through the lens of substance abuse and, the opioid crisis and things like that we experience in this country and really worldwide, I think that social policy plays such a large role in that, whether we realize it or not. So if I were to, like, my career goals are really to just go into a private practice, open private practice myself as an LCSW. But I think that if I were to pursue a more of a macro kind of position in social work, it would definitely be in social policy, whether it's like nonprofit sector, things like that. I think that there's such great change that can be implemented through the power of social work and through social workers. I think that as far as like specifically being excited about something in this course, like I said, just transitioning from like that peer-driven administrative kind of role that I've always been in healthcare, and kind of changing into the role of a clinician and having an individual caseload and running groups and things like that, and being responsible for assessments and notes and clinical notes and things that will be submitted to insurance companies. I think will give me really great experience for the future, and I really do look forward to it. Thanks.